Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
I'll let you into a little secret. Zaheer Khan was scheduled to do both the combox in the 15th and 35th over. He wasn't happy. I can tell you, he wasn't happy doing that. So he decided to send a quick message to his fast bowlers. Is there any way you can get me out of doing that? And they obliged Zaheer. Well done.
I think it's the ultra aggressive approach of England which has helped.
Okay, first salvo fired. We'll love it. You're hearing it right here on Cricbuzz Live. Michael Vaughan, over to you.
I actually didn't think they were aggressive. I just thought they were up against the best in this era is Jasprit Bumrah across all the three formats. He's just an incredible bowler. Those in-swingers early. Jason Roy's kind of poor form continues. Joe Root, because of the in-swinger, he has to play at that, or feels he has to play at that ball just outside of off stump. Stokes gets a good one, and then it just transcended from there. The pressure was on. The ball was doing just enough. Brilliant from Bumrah and India. This England side, I mean, it's remarkable English cricket that when we get a good white ball team, we don't play good test cricket. And when our test teams start to play good test cricket, our white ball team gets affected. I just don't know why. Something's funny is happening in the waters, but brilliant from India, not so clever from England.
Yeah, fair enough. 6 wickets to Jasprit Bumrah, 1 for Zaheer Khan, firing that one at the very start of the show. But Zaheer, one of the areas you mentioned, along with the brilliance of Bumrah, which we'll discuss in a moment, was India would also need to get all departments right, including their catching, their fielding. And today, Rishabh Pant, the reflex catch from Prasidh Krishna, and that outstanding catch from Surya Kumar on the boundary. Everything, all bases covered.
Everything just fell into place right from the toss. I think the toss was also crucial. Reading of the conditions was very important. And we've seen in T20s, Rohit was opting to bat first. But today he read the conditions to perfection, decided to bowl first, and bowlers responded. Bumrah had a special day out there. Variations in length, the swing, the movement of the pitch. You just name it, and everything was there. But what was equally important was the support which he got from Shami and Prasidh Krishna both, and Hardik as well. So the fast bowlers coming in, keeping that pressure going was very important, and one bowler just running through. So Bumrah couldn't do anything wrong today. Just one of the greatest spells in ODIs which you will ever see. Because in the first 10 overs, 5 overs he had taken 4 wickets. That was the game there. I know India will have to go out there and make sure that the runs are chased out. But I think the job has been exceptionally done well by all the fast bowlers.
Yeah, well, let's stick with Jasprit Bumrah for the moment. We mentioned earlier, only the 3rd Indian bowler ever to take 4 wickets inside 10 overs after Javagal Srinath and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar did it in Johannesburg and Port of Spain, respectively, Michael. But this time he was up against the defending world champions on their home turf, and he had to produce something very special. If you had to really sum it up, I knew you talked about it from the batsman's perspective, but how would you sum up Bumrah's brilliance on this particular day?
Oh, I think why he's so good is that when it's swinging, he can swing it either way. And it's that action that you think from that action, he can only swing it one way, and that's back into the right-handers. But he's got an amazing wrist to be able to go either way. And he works out very quickly when it's the right time to swing the ball and then when it's the right time to seam the ball. He's just got such a great mindset of knowing what to bowl at the right time. Even that last wicket of David Willey. Yes, Willie, but he's watching the batter all the time. And you can see Willie just moving across to play the ramp. So he just fires it into leg stump. He makes his decision right at the last minute. And I think all the great white ball bowlers, they have this amazing knack of running in. And then at the last minute, they can see the batter do something and they change what they're going to do. Those big in-swingers early to Jason, I mean, the first over setting the tone was just remarkable. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, the conditions are there and there was a bit more movement than I would have expected. But it's just the way that he uses the conditions. He just seems to always know exactly how to use the conditions that are in his favour. That's what great bowlers do. They realise when it's in their favour and they capitalise.
Yeah, and I think Zahir, if we look at it from even a neutral perspective, there are times when you say, "Oh, it was a great bowling day," and there are bowlers at 150 k's an hour who are going past the nose and terrorizing batsmen. On other days like this, there's help for the bowlers, and what Jasprit Bumrah did was he used the help in his favour, used seam, used swing, of course, and like in the case of Joe Root, used the bounce.
Absolutely, I think the overhead conditions and the pitch conditions what were on offer. He used it to perfection. Uh, so uh, so it's just about when you're in good rhythm, things tend to look very easy and simple. And that's what is happening with Bumrah at the moment. The rhythm is great, the confidence is high, and he's bowled enough overs in test matches as well. He's been playing through and through. So when you are in good rhythm, you tend to make it very easy on the eyes. And when you have conditions help, then these kind of spells which you see, and Bumrah has been very consistent with producing these kind of spells. We've seen it in the last year as well, when he was bowling those reverse swing in the same ground, crucially taking those wickets, bowling that full and fast Yorkers. So when you have these kind of variations, and he's not even used bouncer today at all. So because the conditions were in favor of swing, and he could use the seam as well, he was not really going for that bouncer option that much. It's about using the right things, which is what the great bowlers do. Understand exactly what is required, and understanding it quickly. Like I keep mentioning this one thing. There's no point going back and then someone telling you could have done this or you could have done that. The good bowlers, and when you talk about experience, they do things proactively on the ground, looking at what the batter is doing, what is supposed to be done, what is the weakness, or what is going in his mind, or how he's looking to counter me, and how can I adapt and be one step ahead of that batter. So those are the things which you see in all the good bowlers, and Bumrah is a perfect example of that. He's got a very good what should I call it, cricket CPU placed right at the top, and he uses it to perfection.